The storm is already forming, and most people can't even see the clouds gathering above their heads. Richard Wolff has been raising his voice for years, warning that something big, something unstoppable, is about to hit America. This is not a gentle tap on the shoulder. This is the kind of impact that shakes foundations, collapses illusions, and forces every single person to face the truth about the economy, about power, and about survival. The reason most people are blind to it is because they are comfortable. They are distracted. They live in a cycle of working, consuming, and hoping someone else will fix the future. But intention creates energy. When you start to shift your focus, when you begin to truly see the warning signs, then the fog clears, and you recognize the scale of what's approaching. Wolff's last warning is not entertainment. It's a call to arms, a demand that you take responsibility, that you prepare, that you awaken. The American economy is drowning in debt, personal debt, corporate debt, government debt. It is a mountain so high that climbing it is impossible, and yet every year, every election, every policy piles another layer onto that peak. At some point, the weight of it all no longer holds. That's when collapse comes, not slowly, but suddenly, like a dam breaking. The water looks calm on the surface, but the cracks are spreading underneath. And when the collapse happens, it sweeps away everything in its path. If your life, your wealth, your family's future is tied to that fragile structure, you will be wiped out. But you don't have to be. This is why Wolff warns. This is why voices like his exist, to help you see before it's too late. Inflation is not just a temporary rise in prices, it is a signal of decay. When your groceries cost more, when your rent is climbing, when your paycheck buys less, it is not just inconvenience. It is proof that the money in your hand is losing value by the day. The very foundation of trust that holds the dollar together is being eroded. And while most shrug it off, those who act with intention know that this erosion is the red alert, the signal flare that says, "Prepare now." America's middle class, once the backbone of stability, is being hollowed out. Jobs are unstable, wages are stagnant, and the cost of living is rising beyond control. The dream that once fueled generations is being stolen in broad daylight, replaced with anxiety, stress, and hopelessness. But the truth is this: the destruction of the middle class is not an accident. It is the direct result of systems designed to favor the few at the top while draining the many at the bottom. This is what Wolff means when he speaks of inequality, when he warns that the system itself is the crisis. And here's the most important part. You cannot wait for the system to save you, because it won't. The government won't save you. The corporations won't save you. Even the dollar in your pocket won't save you. The only salvation comes from the discipline you choose, the knowledge you build, the resilience you create. Intention creates energy, and energy creates change. If you choose to ignore the warning, the collapse will choose you. But if you decide right now to prepare, to learn, to invest in your own growth, you will have the strength to stand when others fall. History tells the same story again and again. Empires rise, they consume, they expand, and then they collapse under their own weight. America is no different. No empire is permanent, no economy is immune. The question is not if, but when. And when it comes, the collapse doesn't just affect governments and corporations. It touches the lives of ordinary people, families, children, futures. That's why Wolff calls this his last warning. Because the time to act is short, and the cost of waiting is destruction. So how do you act? First, you train your mind. You stop believing the illusion that everything will return to normal. Normal is gone. The world you once knew will not return, and clinging to it will only drag you down. Instead, you must adapt. You must evolve. Cut out the noise, stop wasting your energy on distractions, and start focusing on building true value in your life. Skills that generate income, investments that protect your wealth, and networks that support your growth. Second, you build resilience. Do not allow debt to chain you. Do not allow consumption to drain you. Live below your means, save with discipline, and prepare for scarcity. Because when the storm hits, those who have prepared will survive, but those who lived recklessly will beg. And begging in a crisis leads to enslavement. Enslavement to lenders, to systems, to rulers who thrive on your weakness. Third, you invest not just in money, but in knowledge. Learn how the economy really works. Learn where value comes from, and learn how to protect yourself when currencies collapse. Gold, silver, land, skills, and communities, these hold real value when paper becomes worthless. Intention creates energy, and the energy of learning, preparing, and acting transforms fear into strength. Fourth, you shift your perspective. Stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like a creator. The collapse may wipe out illusions, but it will also create opportunities for those ready to build. Every crisis in history has produced survivors who became leaders because they refused to surrender to fear. They saw the destruction as a clearing, a chance to plant new seeds. That can be you, but only if you refuse to sit still. Richard Wolff's last warning is not meant to paralyze you. It is meant to awaken you. Fear is not the enemy. Inaction is. Fear shows you where to look, what to prepare for, what to avoid. Use it as fuel. Use it as a reminder that your time is limited, that your decisions matter. Intention creates energy, and the energy you choose now will decide if you collapse with the system or rise above it. Think of the promise you once made to yourself: to live free, to live strong, to provide for your family, to create a life of dignity and purpose. That promise is being tested right now. This crisis is the fire that will either burn that promise to ashes or forge it into unbreakable steel. The choice is yours. Every time you spend mindlessly, every time you ignore the signs, every time you waste another day, you are choosing collapse. But every time you save, every time you learn, every time you push forward with discipline, you are choosing survival. You are choosing growth. You are choosing freedom. Do not underestimate the power of small daily decisions, because they are the seeds of your future. The storm is coming, and you cannot stop it. But you can decide whether it destroys you or strengthens you. America is about to be shaken in ways people cannot even imagine. But you, if you are awake, if you are intentional, if you are disciplined, will not only endure, you will rise. You will stand when others fall. You will create when others collapse. Richard Wolff's last warning is not a curse. It is a gift. It is the chance to see clearly, to prepare early, to act decisively. Most will ignore it. Most will laugh or doubt or sleep through the alarm. But not you. You are here because you know intention creates energy. You are here because you feel the pull of something greater. You are here because you refuse to be a victim of history. You will be a survivor, a builder, a leader in the new era that rises from the ruins. The storm is almost here. The cracks are widening. The dam is trembling. Something big is about to hit America. This is your last warning. Do not waste it. Act now. Rise now. Build now. Because when the dust settles, the only question that matters is this: did you prepare or did you fall? And your answer begins today.